That's right, Hugh. It's just a short drive up Interstate 64, but when you get to Richmond, it can feel like you're somewhere really far from the 757. From beautiful nature scenes and tubing to hikes to shopping and drool-worthy food, our state capital really does have something for everyone.
Hmm.
Yes, and if you are someone who likes to get your learn on, Richmond will not disappoint. They have a lot of museums, and one of them, I'm sure they're gonna tickle your taste bud. So they have the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts for the art buffs, also the American Civil War Museum for history, and the Science Museum of Virginia for all of our future astronauts and biologists. And last but not least, of course, the Children Museum of Richmond for the younger ones. Kids can play there, they can dump water on the buckets, and they can do a lot of stuff over there.
Oh yeah. Well, Patricia, you were saying to tickle your taste buds, and I'm like, what? I got something that'll tickle your taste bud. The Museum of Breweries, huh? Huh? No, it's not the Museum of Breweries. But no, after after browsing the museums, as Patricia was talking about, you definitely would want to have a cold one at one of the many local breweries, including the Hardwood Park Craft Brewery that's right there in Richmond. There's the Vale Brewing Company. There's Stone Brewing Tap Room. This is a beautiful natural landscape,
Wow.
actually. And Instagram worthy backdrops as well. And then finally, we got the Strange Ways Brewing. This is if you're looking for a small room and pop brewery. Okay, this is definitely the one that you should check out. So
Wow, looks amazing.
taste buds are tickled
Beautiful.
now. Ah.
Yes. And last but not least, if museums or if beer aren't your thing, Richmond also has a plethora of tourist attractions. My personal favorite is available for everyone's viewing pleasure from late July to late August every year, the Washington football team training camp. And you're actually looking at some old photos right now
Yeah.
of me from training camp a couple years ago, obviously prior to COVID. Now, if you go to training camp, it looks a little bit different than it did back then. You see some photos of me with different players. Right now, they're not actually doing fan and player autographs just to keep the players and the fans safe due to COVID-19. But you can still attend training camp, which is really cool altogether. Whether you're a Washington fan or just an NFL fan, it's really cool to go somewhere so close to home and be able to see an NFL team getting ready for the big season. And speaking of sporting events, the Richmond Raceway is always a fan favorite for tailgating and for fast cars too. I know a lot of my friends from this area will drive up to Richmond for the big race, and it's like a whole weekend. People camp out, people drink from sunup till the time the race is done. It's really a lifestyle thing when you go to a NASCAR race there. And if you're still looking for adrenaline after a day at the races, head on over to King's Dominion and take on the Intimidator. The Intimidator. And yes, I had to say that in a scary voice because it's scary. The first drop is like over 300 feet and it's at an
Oh,
85
wow.
degree angle. So it's like, but scarier.
Hold up, I'm about to
Do
say if
that.
it sounds like that, I'm not scared.
I
That's like
can
my
do that.
cartoon animation version of it. And then you can round out your trip with a visit to the Metro Richmond Zoo where you can
Oh,
hand feed giraffes, or you can visit their newest resident, which is a baby pygmy hippopotamus. And you
oh,
also saw a picture there of the trolley tour. So you can do a tour through the zoo on a trolley, kind of like a safari, but less risk of being attacked by a lion.
nice.
Yeah,
Richmond
no
is
one
just so
wants
much
to be.
fun.
Yes, Richmond has a lot to do, and you can find a taste for everyone in the family. Like you have so much things to do in Richmond. I love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you and this taste thing. This girl has this taste. This
Taste, because I don't know. I'm like a taste for today.
they do have amazing food there too. Like the food
yeah.
scene is ridiculous.
Yes,
It's so
I think
ridiculous that I couldn't even do it justice by touching on just a few restaurants. But they have a lot of farm to table there, which I know is huge.
mhm.
And it's also really nice for people who like to know where their food's
Yeah.
coming from, like I do.
I think they
Um,
have a little area that is really, I don't remember the name if it's the Carlton or something like that name, but it's really amazing. They have different restaurants with different flavors. So yes, I love Richmond.
yes.
Yes, we need to go together.
Yes. Everybody take road trips to Richmond as soon as you can.